Yo, I'm back. Apologies. I don't know what happened, to be honest. Looks like my internet quit. So apologies for that. I thought it was Trump invaded Holland. No, not that I know. Would you scalp short BDC? I don't know. What's the shot on the right? I think I need to. Guys, sometimes you guys talking in absolute riddles, to be honest. So what's happening right now is that we tapped the order block below. We're still holding. Nothing is really getting liquidated. So we're still waiting. Can you look for eczema long entrance or short? No. That easy? Nope. I can't. Yeah, I can, but I won't. Because it doesn't make sense. Waiting for the money making? Me too. Bottom of the order block. Nothing to update on. At least I'm honest. Even the price on the 5 minutes is neutral. It's neutral on the 15. It's neutral on the 30. It's neutral on the hourly. And it's neutral on the 4 hour. Yeah, that should say enough, I think. Waiting and looking on charts, my wife always laughs about me. Bro, don't brag that you have a wife. Not in not in the crypto community, you know. Can't just brag with stuff like that. You have a look at it sometimes by accident. Nah, just kidding. I'll look at it. I look at Solana. I look at other coins. I just don't do anything actively with it. My electrocardiogram is neutral when I watch this price action. Yeah. Same. There's just... What's there to trade, man? What's there to tell you guys? Absolutely nothing. Look at it. Ooh, that's a good candle. That's a very nice 5-second candle. But you can see that the sell pressure still remains from OKX. You just do it so well, it's crazy. I highly doubt it. What's with this? Are we long or short? I just turned in. We are absolutely nothing. We're looking. Because I can't make... Yeah. It's not really something to make something of, to be honest. Look at how easily they reject it again. With force. So... They pressure it down so much easier than it goes up. So I can still see why we would go down. Honestly. That's... This is not a bullish 5-minute candle. I don't see us go up a lot as long as OKX keeps selling. I think we slightly underestimated OKX pressure. Look, they do most of the selling. Normally you don't see OKX that dominant. Went 78k. Why aren't we shorting then? Because it's mid-range. I explained it before. The only logical setups with the right risk reward are these two. So as long as we're not tapping into one of these entries and then we have multiple entries, so with dollar cost averaging, it makes absolutely no sense for me. That's just how it is. Trading isn't always being in a position. Trading half of the time is absolutely brain dead boring. Why? Because we can't force trades, you know. I have long open from 91.7. Decrease the liquidation. I opened a head short from 87.9. So actually, and you're gonna take this the wrong way probably. So actually you're in two shitty positions. Trading is like a fart. If you have to force it, it is shit. Ah, decent. Never heard that one. Decent. I like it. I only trade the 3-minute time frame. Why do you choose 3 minutes? Out of curiosity, why 3? Price is not doing anything. 0.7 up, 0.7 down, 0.7 up. It's so funny what's happening right now. Like we posted on X, we posted the reaction of the minus 45 to plus 6k just to see how people would rage bait on it, because it's the only trade where I've done something that people are not used to for me. Normally risk is pretty managed. We talk about it. We understand why we're taking positions, etc. And this is the only time I get carried away, and we were just doing it as an absolute test to see how people would respond. Like on average, our videos were getting 80 to 100k views. This one is at 455,000 views and 400 comments, and everyone is being negative and hating. And it's so fun to see what the difference of engagement is as soon as people assume. The assumptions are crazy. Like I told before, it was, even if it lost the 80k, it was within management and it was a manageable loss. But yeah, it's fun to see. It's actually interesting. I'm already long from 86.5. Should I just leave it as is or close my trades and re-enter once it comes down? That's completely up to you, man. I cannot decide for you. I just mapped out my ideas, and I think from now a downside is more likely than an upside. That's all I can say. Nah, this is good, Chanto. Earlier was too risky and auto. You can just leave that euphoric, man. Barely disciplined. The wonder why money is lost. Yo, Otto. So it's fun to see how people respond to it and how people have a clear opinion, even if I explain them that it was still 2% risk. Can I go out shopping for more paint? I bet. It just intrigues me to see how people work and how their mind works and everything. It's fun, you know. All of a sudden they have some clout to comment on, and it just absolutely flies. 456,000 views in a day, so we're doing over 20k an hour. Ask a coin flip 3 times. Should you close or hold? What do you mean? Yeah, that could work. Flip a coin 3 times and see what it does. But yeah, I cannot answer to you what you should do. All I can tell you now is that it looks like we're rejecting 88k after a couple attempts. So my complete personal opinion would be close based on what I see now. Yeah, and what people don't get is I closed that trade after it came back because I couldn't see the right risk reward play out. And that's also part of trading, right? Trading isn't just sticking to your bias. I was wrong. I sat through the drawdown and I was happy that in the end I could get out with profit. And that's a valuable lesson to be learned there as well. If you cannot see a trade going back anywhere near to where it was, because I can show you. It was here, right? So during this drawdown and then this upside, I closed it back at my entry here, or slightly above for 6k profit. Afterwards, I would have sat through the same drawdown for this much up in the end. And even though it was 20 Bitcoin position, so I could have made like 30, 40k profit. But if you look now at where price went, it would have been an easy liquidation afterwards. So the fact that we didn't go up above this order block, for me was enough not to stay in the trade. And then people can say, oh, bad risk management, bad exposure, yada, yada, yada. It was, don't get me wrong. It was one of my worst managed trade in years. But that doesn't take away that my closure was rectified. And that's a point that a lot of people get past. and people can keep hating or whatever, but it still made 6K. Yes, bad management. Yes, not the right way to do it, but it made 6K. And that just shows how bare minimum people understand of trading. And to be honest, it's funny to read 400 keyboard heroes. And not to brag or to be arrogant, but I wonder how many of them made 6K that day and how many of them could actually lose 40 to 80K as well. That's, you know, an interesting hypothesis. Since we're watching paint dry, I felt like sharing. It was a 1K challenge. Yeah, in the end it was. So we made from 1K, we were up already to 14K in 2 days. So, nah. And we made 100K the month before. So I almost got to the point where I wanted to expose myself and post one of my biggest wins ever, just to shut up everyone. And I'm still contemplating if I should do it or not. But yeah, till now I'm just remaining calm and letting them all hate and, you know, farming on it. Oh, it's not a good 5. It's not a good hourly candle. Definitely not a good candle how it's looking now. Logically, we should eat into this liquidity. And you can see the tint getting darker here as well. So the 85 becomes more and more realistic, in my opinion. The trade would have been against every single rule I have. But one has to comment your mental ability not to panic and close at a massive loss. Yeah, it's... Juan, it depends on how you look at it. In terms of risk management for the challenge, it was absolute horseshit. And I'm not making any excuses or anything, it was shit. Unrealized loss versus realized profit was also shit, but the thing is, you cannot always determine your realized profit. You also need to be man enough to admit if you maximize a trade. And you can look at the chart. It's close to maximize, my friend. We couldn't get a lot more out of it. But in terms of total risk in regards to the portfolio, it was within range and within management. So it depends on how you envision it. But yeah, no excuse. In regards to what we were doing, it was dog shit. How did you set up the motor view function? Oh, pretty easily. You press here and then go to tree. Yeah, and Juan, I happily admit that. Listen, I'm a grown man. If I do something good, I say it. But if I mess up, that's what happens when you live stream and you have to do full transparency, right? Stream lag again? Shouldn't. Shouldn't. Sell pressure's too high, guys. I don't see this holding, to be honest. Or they're gonna need a miracle, but... Yeah, it takes balls, it takes a thick skin to actually do this live trading. But I like it. My skin needs to get thicker as well. I tend to respond to too much still, instead of just ban and ignore. But that's in my character. I feel like I owe people an explanation, even though I absolutely don't. But it's a learning curve, right? You know, if I should learn basic or just copy you, you would never blindly copy someone, my friend. Always learn. If you do something, you want to understand why you're doing it. Blind copying is... No, I can strongly advise against. Are we just gonna hold this order block and... I'm just gonna watch paint dry here. Is that actively what we're gonna do? This is not gonna be a good day. 90% of my positions I do market orders. And I know, guys, these streams are boring, but I can't just trade this range. I just can't. I could go in on the hypothesis of this holding here. But look at the liquidity to both sides. That would make no sense. Like, none at all. You see a bit of a green impulse from God knows what region. Moet er helaas vandoor wanneer wij terug met streams aangezien naar Dubai ging. I'm back the 1st of... So I'm only not streaming for this week. I'm back next week immediately. Let me get my calendar. Because I think I'm date blind. Yeah, so February 1st, I land back. So Monday the 2nd, we're back streaming again, guys. Bong is 99%. Yup. Except when you're drinking rum coke. Trump is talking. Yeah, but he talks a lot, so that's not necessarily a guideline. See you Monday, my friend. Come back safe. I try to. OKX is pressuring too hard. Should have shorted the pre-market high. Would have been done for the day. Bro, you should have longed $400 with 1,000 Bitcoin and be done for the next 15 generations. I'm getting good motivation to put studying hours in. Thanks for showing up and streaming a lot. Appreciation. You're more than welcome, my friend. That's why I do it. It feels like they're actively trapping. If they don't release this liquidity, the bounces are too easy and the liquidity immediately dries up. Hi Shanta, you trade BDC on Polymarket? Nope. Bro, gold is also slow and rangy. Okay. They don't want to go up. They don't want to go down. I think they're just gonna sit here all day and chill. Christmas all over again. I'm happy to see how you trade normally. I don't need this challenge stuff, to be honest. Thank you for your feedback. I value it. I truly do. This is the mindset. It's just fun money, man. Not that much. Uh, 200k challenge will begin on February 2nd. Yeah. Do we set alerts when off the charts, or are you off when you're off? I don't set alerts. I just remove my limit orders when I know I can't actively monitor or actively work. I do this because market conditions can change. And plans can change as well based on... Like if we now go to 95k and we hold at 95, it makes absolutely 0 sense to hold a limit order at 85, you know? What happened on 1010 could in theory happen, but it's not likely because it was a market-making failure. Where the market mechanism stopped executing the bid and ask orders. Why does he have 6 different orders? Where you decide one based on data? No, it's dollar cost averaging. So it means that I define a range where I think Bitcoin will go, but I can't pinpoint the exact entry because of the current market conditions and the current movement. And based on that, I spread out my entry. So if it starts hitting, I don't miss the move. But by having all these 6 entries, my average will be at 58.7-ish. After hitting all of them. So it's mitigating risk and improving the probability of getting hit and getting in. I did trade other coins. I traded absolutely everything. I used to be a breakout trader. So very, very short moves, breaking out and then trying to get them. If there are people, since we're watching paint dry, if there are people that are doing more than 20 million trading volume a month, send me a message. We can get you kickback on fees, special promotions, etc. So it might be interesting, but you need to do more than 20 million monthly volume. If that's the case, send me a DM. So you add more money to the same order or place more orders as it goes down. I add money to the same order. That's what dollar cost averaging is. Or it's not the same order, it's separate orders. I add more money to the same position. Bro, it's not releasing liquidity to the downside. Oh. But it's also not pushing to the upside. This is pretty horrendous to watch, to be honest. I'm answering messages now. So if anyone has a burning question on Discord, since I'm sitting and waiting, ask it now. That's a good candle. How long do you trading and how did you start? I always was intrigued by how markets work and things that I can't understand. And I'm trading for 7 years now. Southside's a bit of both. Like, I make my everyday and my living out of the day trading, but I have some home runs in between. So yeah, it's a bit of both. It wasn't one life changing one, but yeah. You know what my all-time ROI is? 40,000%. I think. You see, this is what I mean, man. Push down, nothing. Push down, nothing. But they're not pushing up. They're not pushing down. It's a complete liquidity trap. How do you draw order blocks? Look at high interest zones. Like this, like this, like this, and just mark them off. So it's mostly visually based. Bro, I'm so done with this song. I think it's in this playlist 17 times. We're gonna need a different playlist. So now everyone's here. The inner circle is still open, and the sign-ups for the 200k to 2 million challenge, which is starting beginning of February. So everyone with more than 50k can, for free, join. Send me a DM if you want to have more information. And the inner circle, same. It's free, minimum 50k that you need to have on an exchange. Troll, they are positioning themselves for something, but I cannot tell you if it's going to be up or down, to be honest, my friend. The influx of volume and how the market, I would assume down, but that's an assumption. It's the best time to trade EU. I would say between 4 o'clock in the afternoon CET and 7. Asking Mon to send me a DM on Discord again. I'm sorry, man. I haven't gotten back to the Discords yet. We're trying to answer, but it's, yeah. So my apologies if you haven't heard back. I'll try to get back to you as soon as possible. Tomorrow I have a 7-hour plane trip, so I'll just get the Wi-Fi and start answering everyone on the plane. Sell volume. Not showing. I can be wrong, but I have the feeling that they're keeping it here until tomorrow. for FOMC. So to speed up the process, if you guys want to join the 50K and the inner circle, put 50K minimum on Albank with the link up top and send me the UID. And if you need more information, you're always free to DM me. But that's how we're going to run it, and that's going to be the entry. My big respect to Shanda Performance. I think that people should understand the pressure of trading. Waiting is the biggest challenge. Yeah, it's horrendous. How you been, my friend? What's so the best explanation can you give on volume and how it's used for trading? Volume in the end, volume and liquidation depends the market. If no one's buying and only people are selling, it will go down. If it's only buying and no selling, it will go up. It's bid and ask, you know. I want to buy something for $1. Someone is offering it for $1.20. If he needs to get rid of it in terms of a liquidation, I can get it cheaper, but it's... Can you explain Albank? It's a crypto exchange. It's the one we're partnering with right now. We tested it. The liquidity is in order. The team is good. Dubai office. What else can I say? We in-depth tested it. I put a lot of money on it myself. I traded it. I did a lot of volume. Yeah. This current price action is giving me a headache. Absolute headache. So if anyone wants to have trading related questions answered or whatever, now is the time. No, Albank won't hunt us because they don't have they have external market making instead of internal. And that is one of my requests that I need to see in an exchange, that they're not actively trading against the traders and the positions. We will meet soon. Also, this is patiently, bro. I don't know since when that feels like the crypto economy is going down and down. How much percentage of your balance? You mean my main port, my scalping port, or the challenge port? Challenge port mostly 100%. Because the risk is bigger. What about trading options on really low vola on this chart? I'm looking into a prop firm. Because with prop firms, your risk is limited if they actually pay out. So what intrigues me is if we can buy a funded account for 1K, the risk is 1K, you know? So we could trade news more without having the risk. Like if you can get a 100K account and you could put $500,000 in the market, that's 5 Bitcoin. So normally you would be liquidate after $250 move with the 1K, but they accept 3 or 4K drawdown. So it's theoretically it's free 3K extra drawdown margin. So I'm looking if that works because I saw a lot of people are, a lot of people asking me for it and looking into it. So that's why I'm researching it. Why did you kick out? I'm not gonna get into a political debate about the structure and the internals of Scalebacks. We weren't seen eye to eye anymore. The indicator is still work in progress. It's a slow process, man. It's a lot of coding. It's a lot of work. So it's, yeah. Ugly structure this, not gonna lie. Very, very ugly structure. Might retest the highs again. How do you look on another potential US shutdown on Friday and its potential influence on Bitcoin? Listen, news doesn't drive the market. It's all how they want to see it. They can see it as bullish. They can see it as bearish. Prices will go crazy. What direction they go crazy in, I have absolute no clue. I will do my best. Juan Morlo. Listen, for the guys that have traded with... Okay, type 1 in the chat if you use a prop from before. How do you contextualize the market to identify whether we are ranging or trending? You can see it by the behavior and how artificial it is to keep something into a range. So trending is less artificial and seems more organic. Ranging, you can really see the compression happening with the absence of buy or sell from a certain point. I would use Lbank, Albert. Do you guys recommend prop firms? No, I'm not recommending any yet. So, okay, the guys at Type 1 and F actually use it. What prop firms did you use? And would you recommend them to me? Yes or no? Breakout. How was Breakout? Because we're talking to Breakout right now. I'm gonna be honest, we're looking into Breakout. And Breakout contacted me. Look at all of a sudden Coinbase sells, Coinbase buys. 2.5 million comes in, a lot of green, no follow-up. It's CFT crypto fund trader, only one I'm actively trading on. You trade on Bybit platform. All of them with their own platform is a shit show for a scalper like me. I feel that. Breakout has been bought by Kraken. So that might actually be a good thing. You can trade crypto with prop firms? Yes, you can. Bright funded, it's Dutch. How the fuck did they get the licenses? Yes, Lbank has an app, my friend. How did they get the licenses? Yeah, I'm still not in a trade because the market is still not where I want it to be, so. Can go in a trade for you, but then you have to pay me if I lose. Which one did you say? Bright funded. You can't click it, that's annoying. Lex Hoogduin. Yeah, honestly, guy, and don't get me wrong, if I look at this as the executive team, would you guys trust this? No, I always trade with my own money, Moodile. This doesn't look like the leadership team I would be looking for. They don't post anything about what licenses, etc. they have, so... Stream recordings. Interesting. Meh. Not convinced. Oh, was your heart a psycho? This one, man. It's... There's so many dead gaps in between. Outs pumping. Slightly. Yeah, slightly. So much liquidation building below. Guys, I don't see us ignoring this, to be honest. Do you like grids? What way we're talking about? Ah, it's buy. Interesting. Infinity grids. It's interesting. But half of the trading grids just farm fees, in my opinion. With the amount of trades they execute and at the pace they do it with. We're going to see FT. Grid bots work because they keep spreads under control. That's how most exchanges use a grid bot. One and a half hours same range? Well, I'm gonna tell you more. We've been in this range since yesterday 2 at night. Pressure and the volume is up. The price isn't up that much yet. So I'm still skeptical. Guys with 72 likes, I know it's because we crashed, but could we re-hit the like button? Chili chart looks a bit too similar before the bear market. Yeah, that's what I'm seeing as well. Problem is, as soon as it starts shifting out of a range like this, it's gonna do it insanely violent. Look at 1010. Also these candles, you can see no orders flowing in. None. It's... How's your balance increasing if you didn't trade? I'm not trading since today. I traded yesterday with a 4K profit long. Buyers are starting to flip long. Yeah, that's the danger. They spend so much time that they just absolutely scam you out of your bias. That's what's starting to happen with me as well. Where do I start shorting? I'm building this region. So I'm building from 90.3 to 92.5. This feels so much staircase up, elevator down again. But New York is insanely tame. Listen, the market and the algorithms is designed to drive you absolutely insane. And as soon as you can't take it anymore, that's when they do something. It's what happened with me during the 1K to 100K challenge. I was at a 6-day drawdown when I was holding my long. But in the end, we did it. But now I just see liquidity resigning somewhere else. And that is... Look at how fast this is filling, guys. It was empty yesterday. It's even filling more and more during the stream because it's live orders. But look at it. It's just as cluttered as above. And that's what they gain in potential longs in over 24 hours. That's scary. So it means that... Do you agree with Killer's pivot? I don't know. I have no active experience in pivot points. I see why it works for him. So I don't necessarily agree. I don't disagree. I respect him as a trader and I respect his opinion. So if it works for him, I'm neutral. I think that's the honest answer. I'm neutral. Look at this. There's no volume pushing this. You see how weird it's walking? It's just the algorithm trading. It's no retail. It's just an algorithm trading right there. It's insanity, guys. It's absolute insanity. This still doesn't hold that much volume. Let's see if it starts eating this liquidity all the way to 80, 89. Like, I don't mind. If we go to 90, I'm fine with it as well. And the volume dies out. Yeah, but pumping normally means volume, violence, etc. This doesn't have it. It doesn't have volume, guys. Don't mistake this for an actual pump. It just... This is just walking away. This is not pumping. This is walking away. And that's different. Don't get me wrong, we have mapped out two plans. I either short it up here or I long it down there. It's... Either way works for me. Come on, at least do something. Pump, pump, die. I don't care, to be honest, at this point. Short above 90k makes sense. Yeah, of course it does. But now we haven't taken out this order block yet. We're not even remotely there. We just wiped the earliest liquidity and it looks like a rejection already. This is so dangerous, guys. Why you look at entries at prices without taking care about time or volume? Because liquidity is in the end what drives the market. If they absorb this liquidity and look at this void here, I can tell you that it's gonna go down from there. Because that just, they need to fulfill the bid and ask. It's that easy. Why do you think I longed the exact bottom at 86.1? I had an average entry of 86.140. Almost the absolute bottom. Why? Because you can tell what happens there. Look, if they don't eat this part, it's not gonna be pretty. I would at least see them clear these. It didn't do much yet, to be honest. 1% pump from the order block. Those horizontal lines. This one, it's the makes no sense to me. This happened on the way down. What doesn't make sense, my friend? Let's see if we can make it make sense for you. Time for shorts to lose for no reason. Why no reason? It's a coin flip, right? Look, there's liquidity here, there's liquidity there. This liquidity has been building longer, so there's more liquidity. They might just fake. What would make sense, honestly, is that they, same as they did yesterday, like I said, I wanted to go here, down, up, down, up, down, up. They might trap some here more, then they might go here again before they actually start doing the big move. Why they're trapping liquidity? If it's not enough for them yet to liquidate everything, why would they do it? They might trap in this range, and as long as they trap here, all that will happen is people start putting orders with liquidations here and here. So they have very juicy within a 5% range. They can make bank, and they can make so much money just by being in that region. Oh, go away. Shoo. Shoo. So I don't know if it doesn't make sense to me. It's difficult for me to put a TP. What, are you shorting or longing? Listen, pump into FOMC is one of the oldest tricks in the books. Burning it up, stacking the liquidity. But what way are you going? Come make bang in our bank. That's a very nice slogan too, though. I have a long at 87.5. You're up a K. Where to put stop loss? Next order block, in my opinion. So 86.2 if you want to risk it, or at break even right now, because why wouldn't you? It left a K, more than 1%. I would never have more than 1% given back to the market. Back from the paint shop, that's nice. $20 million taken. Absolutely nothing. I mean, with the moves you were shorting, they're just building it up for big moment to easy catch everyone. I have a short from 91. That's a good entry. It is what it is, guys. I ever want to be ballsy, and I'm not going to do it, I would short from here. Because it's the top of the order block, and the order block seems to be holding. You could have a run up to 89K, but... And I'm going to say it now, I'm not going to take it myself, but I would normally short it here. But with the current risk management strategy, I can't do it. funny to read on Instagram how many godlike traders they are if he posts something that is against the norm. Bro, out season is not coming. Like trends more ranges, I don't care as long as I can determine it. Short at New York Open, and I flipped long about 30 minutes ago. Just closed the longs because fuck no, this does make sense. Thinking of shorting from here. I can see a short, to be honest. I can see a short. If now if this candle turns red, it's a red candle at the high again, which could signal a rejection at an order block, and then I can get fully on board with a short. So if this 5-minute candle closes red, it would make a lot of sense to me to short. There we go. It's red now in the 5. Now it's interesting, and it's getting close to closing. Okay, what we're gonna do, I'm gonna put it on isolated. Open or pending orders. Oh, yeah, I can mark it. I can mark it the 9. Can I do this? Yeah, I can do 200x on the. So we close. So I'm gonna do a 200x on the 91 margin to see if the hypothesis is correct. What's this? Just to entertain, you know. $91, 200. Oh, it still took 30x. That's a shame. So the hypothesis is that a red candle closing at the highs of the range signals at least a short-term reversal. That's the hypothesis. Let's see if it's correct or if it gets proven untrue. And before people lose their shit, yeah, it's only $90. And I'm just curious to see if normally a red candle at the high, like here, signals a reverse. Look, red candles appear at the high, red candle at the high. This is less obvious. I need to have a breakout pattern. Red candle of the high. Red candle at the high. Red candle at the high. So at the equal high or at the highest point, a red candle has been signaling within the current algorithm structure a sharp reversal normally. Just short at what TP makes sense and why. TP 87 because that appears to be around the bottom of the range. Maybe 87.5-ish. We will see. It's just this is just $90 to keep me entertained, guys. To be honest. Zie trade volume op Maxi. Even kijken of ik 20 mil heb. I don't know. I don't think Maxi has... Maxi is one of the few where you can't actively watch your trade volume. Your testing capital is my trading capital. I'm sorry, man. It's gonna pump. Okay. I guess we have another wizard in chat, which is nice. And, okay, enlighten me, Albert Duke. Based on what is it going to pump? Because I can explain why I think we're going down now. We're testing the high of the order block. We see less influx of liquidity. Red candle appeared at the high, so I can explain why I'm taking this stance. We're gonna pump lol for me is, yeah. Hope you don't stop reading chat. No, you guys provide too much of an entertainment value, positive and negative. So and if I get famous, buddy, my only goal currently is not to get cancelled, let alone famous. Reaction is nice. Which one you're referring to? USDT dominance looks pretty weak. Yeah, that might be a Tau sign, but it looks. It doesn't necessarily have to be. What do you think about betting against odds in sports, bro? I've never betted on sports in my life, so I can tell you just as much about it as making cheese. And I don't know anything about making cheese. If you reclaim that wedge, brother, get ready for blast off. If we don't reclaim that wedge, get ready for an absolute face-ripping dump. I explained why I've taken this with $90. Again, it's $90 and I'm down $1.1. So it by now cost me a cheeseburger at McDonald's. Listen, we're compressing in a range. It seems to be that we're holding it and more manipulated than normal. So I stand by my hypothesis of a red candle at the high might signal a reversion. Until proven otherwise. I have a friend that generates about 10k a month by betting on wrongly set odds. GG for him. Absolutely, yeah. Polymarket sports betting is a vibe, to be fair. You just trade it like you would any other chart. Really? How does it work? That gentleman, we can't make cheese. Yeah, I have no clue. My apologies. Look at how much the volume slows down, guys. Don't get me wrong, a market is never organic. It's always full manipulation. But this is you have certain degrees of manipulation, you know? And this one is within the very high degrees of the manipulation spectrum. Maybe he likes to be here. I do well above that, and I'm still sitting here. How much you make a month doesn't necessarily determine where you are or where you're at. Might surprise you, but people actually enjoy sitting here. The volume is pushing shit up here with a chopstick. Yeah. I have thought of trading gold and I decided not to do it. I'm not trading stocks. Lol, yeah. Oh, it's moving but not Bitcoin. Story of my life. Ooh, that's a lot of sell volume. And not a big candle. That's interesting. That's interesting. Yes, Solana's moving up nicely. Should. 3% up almost. ETH is showing some relative strength as well. I'm still calling this boring. I'm trading socks. I had to sell my shoes. I'm up 70 cents. What's your SL on this? 559,046. That's my liquidation. I might hold this to liquidation. Guys, nice that a lot of people came back, but come on, 310 viewers, but only 86 likes. Come on, guys. At least get to half of the people watching should like this, right? And I know we had to reset stream, so my apologies. But it helps us in the engagement. It helps us in the region. For us, it's important. And further than that, as said, we do everything for free. So, yeah. Oh my God, unentered a trade. You unentered a trade. Isn't that called closing? Tomorrow I'm flying, man. Please hold it till liquidation. What the fuck's going on here? Can't see shit on a picture. Whatever. What the fuck? Subscribe and like, definitely. Rose, show us aggressive trade. One more? No. You don't do giveaways? Bro, I give away like 20k. Bro, up $1. Hell yeah, let's go. You will get more viewers. What are the viewers doing for me? They don't even press. So why would I do giveaways? This is interesting. We're getting quite a lot of viewers, right? But what's the added value for me if people don't even like? I have to do a giveaway after giveaway, and then I only get people who tune in for giveaways. It's not the audience I'm looking for. I'm doing this for my fun, my friend. Not to get 1,000 people asking me when giveaway. I already have that. It's called my Discord and my XDMs. So, yeah. What's my invalidation? It's my liquidation point, and that's at 559,046. $5? Hell yes, let's go. Are you short? Yeah, I'm shorting. Dude, you're funny as hell, thank you. But it's fun, right? So I ask people, please like. It's all we ask for. That's too difficult for most. And then someone's like, yo, when giveaway? That tickled my funny bone. So if I put my take profit at 4K, I still don't make a lot of money, I think. So I make 2K if we hit 4K. That sounds like a very reasonable take profit, right? I trade with you, my balance small. Your letters are big, so that means capital slog is on. Old Shanto in this trade. Why? I'm up $3. This didn't get me entertained more, to be honest. Do you do copy trade? I was waiting for that. Yeah. It took long for someone else, didn't it, today? Hey man, hello James. I'm up 60 today, low balance gang. That's fine. Copy trading doesn't work. I can explain it 15 more times, but that's the reason why not doing it. We analyzed this before, right? Oh, look at that. I'm break even again. Without any fucking volume hitting the charts. It might pump. It's James, that guy. Hi James, I'm good. Look, I got messages from Shanto Trapes last night asking me if I wanted to copy trade. I can strongly advise you not to. No, copy trading is working so well that everyone became rich. No, it doesn't fucking work. Hi from Taiwan day 2. Hello day 2 and hello Taiwan. What the fuck is that pump? I'm down $6. I'm not impressed, to be honest. I hope we brought enough paint because it's still watching paint dry. Most FOMC, are you gonna trade New York Open? I'm in a plane tomorrow. Logic of now your trade. Trade logic now is not understanding question you. You trade without leverage? No, it's 30x. Guys, there's $84 margin in this trade. Come on. I'm playing chess, yeah. I'm pretty close to start playing chess online as well. I've seen many people make money like that. One, that's a lie. Dude, let me explain to you. Actually, I'm gonna do you a bet. I'm gonna show you. Down the rabbit hole we go. View all. Look. I'm gonna make it easier on you. I'm even gonna go to the 90 days, right? So the top one on the 90 days made 100K. Yeah. Bro, they reset this. I swear. It's the old one. Oh. They reset the ranking. Let's put it this way, the amount of people that liquidate over time. Bro, now I have a different leaderboard. What the hell? So the number one apparently made 3.5 million. Bro, look at how small his margins are. So he says that he made 780K, right? Look at the realized profit. How does he make 700K? There's nothing above $10. Loses 25. Something fishy is going on here. You see how big his losses are while his winnings aren't that big? Look, we've seen nothing above 10, right? 13, 12, 5, 7, 9, 9, 14. Have we seen a $14 win? 11, 4, 5. So his losses are already exceeding his winnings by a landslide. 24, 26. That takes 4 pages to make that up. 1 minus 8, so whole page wiped again. Look, there's not a single big trade in here. Not a single one. Minus 11, minus 10. I haven't seen him win more than $5. Minus 10 again, minus 10, minus 10, minus 12. So this guy claims to have, I don't even know how many pages there are. I'm just gonna keep clicking until I see someone noticeable. So we can all agree that something shady is up here, right? Because he made 780K. He has 4,072 wins and 740 losses. And you can't even see his followers, even though it shows following P&L of 3.5 million. Wait, give me a second. So this is already shady as hell, right? Because this guy is doing whatever it may be. This guy even gives an error. And look at this. He is up 230%. Right? So he's up 230%. But the followers are down 400K. So he's up 86k and his followers around 400k. Can anyone please explain this to me? Duda, that's absolutely true. I did 4 training tournaments. Out of the 4, I think I was almost the sole profitable guy. But yeah, so that was our copy trading deviation. And one on track, 26 years old great grandmother does copy trading. She made so much money she went to play with the Chicago Bulls. Yeah, that sounds feasible. I can see that. Those are negative RR trades, especially for scalping. A trade, listen, I don't even care about the RR. I care about the risk management. If it's within risk and within well managed, then it's, yeah. That's what I'm looking for. Right now we're still watching paint dry. And yes, it is still walking away. Not fast, but it's walking away. Like good old days. Degen it a little bit, brother, no. Yeah. Not just that, it will decouple heavily with the trader because the profits will be in his portfolio as well. What do you think might very well be possible? We made it to here, why not go a bit higher? He just hit 2.9k again. That's nice. Good for Eid. Good on Eid, to be honest. $28 million racked from this. That's not good. Starting 89.5 now higher. Initial plan is 90.2 minimum. 90.14. Everything below 90.14 for me is noise. Eat up 3%. Sol up 2.5. So Eat is front running Sol. What can go wrong, right? If copy trading worked, we would all be in Cocoon. Yeah, especially me. Bro, if copy trading worked, I would be on my yacht right now. And I'm not even joking. Yeah, it is looking stronger. Guys, I'm getting a bore out. Not a burnout, but a bore out. I think we're gonna call it a day. We can close this trade. We lost $8. Or just keep it on. I don't even fucking care. Bro, why do you have an 80 position open? I was bored. That's the honest reason. I was bored. Look at these candles. They're so small you can't even see them anymore. Oh, there's some. Okay, there's something. Yeah, my apologies. I cannot sit here any longer and watch an absolute paint drying contest. Because that's all it is. Oh, I think it hit something. It's slowly starting to look like emotional abuse. What do you do if you leave us alone? I go out for dinner. We enjoying the conversation? Yeah, but it's... Yeah, it's rough. Boss, you mind taking a look at Chili's and give your opinion? I have a trauma on Chili's. I got banned for market making on it. These are your structural levels. If you're in a long, you're Gucci. If you're in a short, look at what happens here. Anything in between, stay the fuck off of it. You recently renamed the stream to Chill with Chanto. No, guy, listen, I'm putting a lot of time and effort in these streams. So if it has no added value for me to be or sit here, also talking for 4 hours is pretty rough on my voice. At least I know this. Volgende cluster BDC. As soon as you go offline, yeah, then I'll update the Discord and that will short it. What we can do, I can remove the lowest limits. Confirm, remove that one. Remove that one. Limit. $90.2. 90.4. So that's it. So now we covered in theory everything now. So we have our short limits. We can have one more. So now we have both sides covered. Yeah, it's the last stream of the week. Why didn't they sweep lower liquidity? Because they didn't feel like it. Or maybe yet. But see how fast these orders come in. Your lungs are not safe. We'll see what happens. Guys, thank you very much. Enjoy the evening. Yes, it's 30x, as everyone is used for me. Catch you all soon. See you Monday.